Hello, family and friends. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to From Heartache to Hope. I'm your host, Amos Ejuwa. Today's episode is not just a story, it's a mirror into the homes, silently hurting. It's the journey of a man named Kelvin, a loving father whose life spiraled into the grip of addiction, and the family who nearly lost him. But this is also a story of hope, of second chance, and the incredible power of love. So I invite you, whether you are a parent, a child, or someone just trying to keep your home together, listen closely. Calvin's story might be yours or someone you love. Calvin was the rock of his family, outgoing, present, and full of warmth. He was the kind of father who made ordinary moments magical. His daughter Emily adored him. He told her bedtime stories, made her pancakes on Saturday mornings, and never missed a school play. Our world felt safe and whole with her father around. But life, as we know, has a way of testing even the strongest. Underneath Calvin's smile, hide the weight of job stress, financial strain, and unresolved pain. And one day, he made a choice, a small one, he thought, to numb the presence, the pressure with a substance. That one moment began a slow descent. He believed he had it under control, but addiction does not play fair. Kevin began changing. The joyful laughter turned into silence. The father who once played catch in the yard now spent nights out, coming home distant and irritable. His eyes, once filled with love, were now often vacant. Emily didn't understand. All she knew was Daddy was not the same again. Her grades dropped. She withdrew from her father. She withdrew from her friends. At night, she stared at her ceiling, wondering if she did something wrong, wondering why her hero had disappeared. Kelvin's wife, his partner, his confidant, was now left carrying the weight of the household emotionally and financially. She pleaded with Calvin. She cried. She shouted. She even threatened to leave him. But addiction builds a wall no words can penetrate. The wall once filled with laughter, the home once filled with laughter, became a place of tension, a place of tears and uncertainty. The damage wasn't just emotional, it was structural. Extended family members who once gathered for holidays now kept their distance. No one knew how to talk to Kelvin anymore. Embarrassment and shame cast a shadow over family gatherings. Financially, the cost of addiction bleed the family dry. Money that should have gone to Emily's college fund or family vacations went missing. Bills piled up. Arguments escalated. And Emily, she stopped asking her father to come to her recitals. She stopped waiting at the door for him to come home. She started believing in her young heart that she did not matter. Then came the breaking point. One night, After another heated argument and a look of terror in his son's eyes, Kelvin saw himself not as a father, but as a man consumed. And for the first time, he stopped making excuses. He chose to seek help, not just for himself, but for the children who still waited for him in silent hope, and for the wife who had carried their family through the storm. Kelvin enrolled in a rehabilitation program. He began therapy. He learned to sit in the pain he had tried to numb for so long. He learned to apologize, not with words alone, but with action. He attended family counseling with Emily. At first, she would not speak. She cried. She doubted. But week after week, Kevin showed up. He listened. He had space for her pain. He became present again. There were no shortcuts, but slowly, trust began to grow. One evening, after months of silence, Emily sat beside him and said, "I miss you, Daddy." And that was the beginning of healing. Friends, Kelvin's story is not unique. Across the country and the world at large, families are being torn apart by addiction. But there is hope, there is healing, and there is a way back. If you or someone you love is struggling with substance abuse, don't wait for rock bottom. Seek help now. Call a local addiction support line. Talk to a therapy. Talk to a counselor. Join a support group. You are not alone. Kelvin's story is proof that recovery is possible, but it starts with a decision to fight, a decision to love, a decision to believe again. If you are out there, you have to make that decision. You must make a decision to fight addiction. You must make a decision to love yourself again, a decision to believe in yourself again. If this story touched your heart, I encourage you, my listener, read my book, From Heartache to Hope, An All-American Fight Against Drug Addiction. Stories of struggle, stories of resilience, stories of redemption. You can find it on Amazon and also on Audible. And please share this podcast with someone who needs to hear it. Together, we can break the silence. Together, we can rewrite this story. Until next time, stay strong, stay hopeful, and remember, no one is too far gone to come home. No one is too late. Reach out to me on my website, From Heartache to Hope Initiatives, or reach out to resources available in each state in America. There is hope. You are not alone. Stay blessed until we meet again.